Okay, so the Tecno Camon 17 Pro. It has been at least a month since my initial review, and like I promised, this is another review. 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, 90Hz display, Helio G95, 48 megapixel selfie camera, yada yada yada. How has it all fared? Is it really the device with the clearest selfie camera? What up guys, Izzy here and welcome to the channel. It is another review of the Tecno Camon 17 Pro. About a month ago this device was launched, and when I reviewed it I said it was a pretty fast device. 1 month on and it still is fast. I have put it up against the likes of the Redmi Note 10 Pro and it held its ground and was on par performance wise and even did better in some areas. I'll leave links to that video if you want to check it out. I also have a detailed gaming review you might also want to check out. For this review, I will not be going over specifications and features in detail. If you want that, you can check my earlier review. This is going to be focused more on my experience and how it has fared so far. In my first review, I mentioned it took me over 2 hours to charge from 0 to 100. It turns out that was a one-time occurrence. Subsequent charges took about 1 hour and 40 minutes. With that clarified, let's continue. The design of the Camon 17 Pro is pretty nice and quite classy. Depending on how you like the size of your device, you may see this as quite big, but it is easy to handle much thanks to its curved rear edges. Its plastic rear doesn't feel cheap at all, and it has survived a couple of drops. I've used it without a case and I've had no worries. I got the Camon 17 Pro with the Tecno wireless earbuds as part of the package. I don't know if that offer is still on. The Tecno buds have been pretty useful, decent sound with good bass, and it fits nicely into the ears. It also has easy connectivity. For the price the Camon 17 Pro retails at, you might not find any device with as much RAM and memory. That is 8 gigs of RAM and 256GB storage, which is plenty sufficient. You can also expand it with an SD card if you so desire. With its 8 gigs of RAM, multitasking and app retention is pretty good. The display on the Tecno Camon 17 Pro is 6.8 inches in size and it's an LCD display. While most may prefer an AMOLED, I'll say this is a pretty good looking LCD display. It looks great for media consumption, and speaking of media consumption, you will find the stereo speakers pretty loud. The display has 90Hz refresh rate, which like I said in my first review, makes the UI animations and scrolling pretty smooth. Surprisingly or not so surprising, the battery life at 90Hz is still pretty good. It can go up to a day and a half before you need to charge. Now let's talk software. It is still iOS, and you know iOS, feature packed but also bloatware and ads packed. Thankfully I've been able to uninstall, disable and block all ads and bloatware while still maintaining the stock launcher. This has made the software neater and clutter free. It has gotten at least one software update and thankfully that didn't bring back any bloatwares. iOS 7.6 is feature packed with most like peek proof for more privacy in public places, Vault which helps you hide any app of choice, Kids mode, voice changer, anti-theft and a couple more. The Tecno Camon 17 Pro is quite a snappy device, breezing through whatever apps you throw at it. It offers a pretty solid performance and does not heat up except when doing intense gaming. In my gaming review, which I have linked below, while playing Genshin Impact at medium settings, the device temperature rose as high as 45 degrees Celsius. On other games it didn't get that hot, usually below 39 degrees. You can check out that review. The cameras on the Tecno Camon 17 Pro looks interesting on paper, so naturally you would have high expectations of it. I mean, its 48 megapixel selfie camera is dubbed the clearest selfie camera. It has quite a lot of camera modes which you may or may not find useful. Let's start with its 48 megapixel selfie camera. I find that it actually takes sharp selfies with good detail on the subject. Background detail is also not overexposed. On normal selfies, that is. You can access the 48 megapixel mode using the menu below and selecting Ultra HD to get higher resolution selfies. With its eye detect feature, you are able to get better results with your selfies as it tends to do better when it detects your eyes. On portrait selfies, it still does a pretty decent job with subject separation, however sometimes it overexposes the skies, especially on a very bright day. But you will find the photos to be pretty good when you don't have the sky in the background. The rear camera of the Tecno Camon 17 Pro do a pretty decent job, actually comparable to similarly priced devices. For context, the photos you are currently looking at, one was shot on the Camon 17 Pro and the other shot on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Same with the next one. See if you can guess which is from the Camon 17 Pro in the comments and I'll let you know if you're right or wrong. It does pretty decent with dynamic range overall. With its Ultra HD mode, you are able to take 64 megapixel resolution photos, which retains more detail and you can crop in. Its ultra-wide camera does its job pretty well with its 119 degrees field of view. It also has autofocus, which allows it double for macro photography. There is no dedicated macro lens. Super night mode on the Tecno Camon 17 Pro is also pretty decent, allowing you to take better photos at night. On its video capabilities, it is able to shoot 4K 30fps from both selfie and rear cameras. Its main rear camera has pretty decent autofocus. It doesn't have OIS, but you can get electronic stabilization at 1080p.
Okay, hello guys. So this is 4K 30fps video recording on Tecno Camon 17 Pro. I'm precisely doing it under direct sunlight. It's quite sunny, as you can see. I've seen a couple of reviews where the Camon 17 Pro struggle with direct sunlight on 4K 30fps video recording, where it has this reddish or purplish shade. That's the reason for this test. 4K 30fps video recording, though I did not experience this problem, and there have also been a recent software update which may have fixed the problem. From what I can see right now, I don't have this problem, but I'll probably confirm when I move to my PC. So yeah, what do you think? 4K 30fps Tecno Camon 17 Pro. Don't mind my hair, it's rough.
The Tecno Camon 17 Pro still remains an interesting device. Powerful processor, enough RAM and storage, great battery life as well. Software, iOS still needs cleanup and a complete overhaul. Is it the clearest selfie camera? Well, I'll say that's just marketing, but its selfies are sharp and the camera performance overall is decent. That is all from me on the Tecno Camon 17 Pro. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and do consider subscribing. Peace out.